Welcome to the Lady of UFC Gym Indy podcast, sponsored by UFC Gym Indy. Follow us on social media. We are at Facebook and Twitter at UFC Gym Indy, and we are at Instagram at Ladies of UFC Gym Podcast. It's a lot to say. It's actually Ladies of UFC Gym Indy Podcast.
There's just not enough to follow.
It's a lot.
That's a long
It's a
name.
lot. Very lot. Very. Today's podcast is Battle of the Sexes. So two of our coaches from UFC class have given us questions to answer. Jake and Dylan has given us questions to answer. They are actually also up-and-coming wrestlers. So you might see them in the WWE someday. And they have a lot of background in wrestling and knowledge. But let's see what they've asked us today. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm a little bit nervous.
Yes,
nervous?
knowing those two.
Yeah.
Well, let's
little
see
goofballs.
Jake said he was nice. We'll see. Okay, so the first question they would like to know is, were you initially Okay, let me read this. Were you initially intimidated when it came to trying a gym, and if so, for what reasons?
I would say yes, outside of college. So after getting done with sports, I kind of got into a situation where I was like, what do I do next? Because I didn't have direction. So it was like, it's on me to figure out, as far as keeping myself healthy, like, where should I start? So I started at the YMCA, just doing spin classes. And of course I was like intimidated because I really had never been on a spin bike before. But after doing it for about a week, I got pretty comfortable with it. So, yeah.
I got intimidated using the machines because I didn't really know exactly how to use some of them. Was I sitting on them right? Did I do it right? So once I got to know the machines, I felt a little bit more comfortable. But you do get it. I think I get intimidated when there's a lot of people in the gym that are very fit and very young and very attractive, and I'm in with my hair pulled up, no makeup, looking like I just got out of bed. But
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Oh gosh, I can totally relate to that. Don't look pretty at the gym whatsoever.
I definitely don't look pretty leaving the gym. So I'm like, why do I look pretty going into the gym?
Things like, thank God I'm going home. No one wants to see this.
Well, I've seen people wear makeup and do their hair.
Full. I'm like, how? It doesn't not melt off.
No.
Seriously. There's
It
some
doesn't.
girls that leave the gym and they look like
Instagram
they
models.
didn't work out, but they look phenomenal. And I'm like, how do you do all of that and look like that?
How do they maintain it?
Exactly. It's crazy.
no idea.
But represent, guys.
But
Any way you
Yeah.
want to walk into the gym, you do it. So,
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely. I mean, to answer my part on the question, I think what you were saying after college and stuff, definitely, we were so used to that instruction in college, and then afterwards we kind of have an idea of what to do, but we're not playing sports anymore. So definitely you have to figure out what's suited for you and how your new lifestyle is, or what your lifestyle is.
Yeah.
No,
So
that is true.
Yep.
All right. So have you ever been extra motivated to outperform a condescending male counterpart in a game or activity?
All the
every
time.
single time.
All the time.
Yes.
Even if it's making like a jump shot for a trash can paper ball wad, that's gonna happen all the time. Especially with Donovan and Josh.
The competitive Claire nature comes out.
Yeah. Claire Bear for a reason.
Claire Bear for a reason. I love it. No, same here. I mean, I grew up with 5 younger brothers, so it was always like me trying to.
Because they probably surpassed you with height.
Oh yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
My 14-year-old brother was taller than me when he was like 10, and I was like, oh, this is good. I mean, I'm gonna still play one-on-one with you, but
Just don't dunk on me.
Yeah, just don't dunk on me. Yeah, exactly. So.
I haven't wanted to outperform them, but when we've got those coaches up there coaching, I want to look like I'm really good at what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because I wanted to impress them, I guess.
So I can keep up. I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and he asked, do we have any entertaining stories on this occurrence? On these occurrences?
I do.
Well, there you go.
You go.
You share, Claire.
Okay. It was right after I got out of college, and I went to LA Fitness, and it was 2 squat racks next to each other, and I was like, all right, this guy had like so many plates on the side and everything, and I was like, okay, I can do just as much. I kind of put a little too much on it, and I went down, couldn't get back up, and then I split my pants.
That is.
Thank God I had Spanx underneath, but that was the funniest thing ever. I was like, well, that's my max for today.
Yeah.
Goodness.
That's good.
Do you have any stories?
I can't really pinpoint one.
No?
I mean, I would say as a kid, you know, I did some pretty interesting stuff just to try and keep up with the boys. Like one time we made a ramp because I used to.
Oh man.
I used to try.
She's going somewhere.
Yeah. And all the guys were going off with their bikes, and I was like, hey, I want to try that. Let me do it. And I went off and split my chin open, and my mom had to come and get me. Yeah, so I just horrified my mom as a kid because I always was just trying to keep up with the guys. So, yeah.
That's interesting. I guess I was a lonely only child and didn't have any brothers to keep up with.
No one in the neighborhood you grew up with or anything like that?
No. I mean, not that I can think of. I do have brothers. They're just way older. So when I was growing up, I was kind of like the only child
Gotcha.
in the household. But no, I can't think of anything I wanted to keep up. I think I always played I'm just a little girl and let him win, and I'll watch you play basketball.
I can't relate. I'm
Just a little
sorry.
girl.
Yeah, just a little
Just a
girl
little
watching
girl.
me play basketball.
Little dancing little.
You go right ahead.
Little
honey.
Jamie.
You know what? I'll just stand on the side and cheer
Yes,
you
I
on.
was the cheerleader.
Yeah, hey, we all need those too. So,
Well,
yeah.
sometimes. Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
Now, this one's an interesting question. Do you find that hormonal changes throughout the month help or hinder performance?
Yes.
And even Jake says this is an odd question, but he really wanted to know because there were some people in his past that asked this question.
Yeah. I would say yes. I mean, you definitely feel a little bit different, you know, pre-monthly due.
Gift.
Yeah, the gift.
The gift.
I like the way you put that.
Code word, okay?
Okay.
I want you to say translation.
And so, like, I would say, like, even like a few days before you start feeling a little sluggish and you're like,
Bit
what's
slower.
going on with me? You know, you might shed a tear at just something random, you know, and I definitely don't want to go into the gym normally when I feel bloated or anything like that.
No.
But I would say like during, it's not that bad, but definitely just a few days before I can tell a difference. So,
I think it depends on what your goals are and you're trying to achieve too. Because if you're just trying to get a good workout in or just staying active,
Yeah.
yoga is just easy just because you're stretching out and relaxing
Yeah.
your
That's a
mind
good
and
idea.
body.
good point.
But
We
if
do have
you-
power yoga.
We do. Do
Yeah.
we? Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have power yoga. We're going to have hot yoga too, but we need an instructor. So anyone out there that,
We could do.
yeah, we could use you.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
My
if
goal during that time is just to lay in bed and eat chocolate and cry.
and watch Friends.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the guys out there, but
Sorry if this makes you uncomfortable.
yeah,
But it needs to be said.
you guys already know.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yep. In your various spots and activities, are there any slang terms for male groupies? Yes, there are, and it's called jersey chasers. And we had a lot of jersey chasers at Purdue University with our football team.
Yeah.
And you could tell who they were.
Yeah. I mean, it's fact. There's, you know,
I think there are other names that are going with like certain sports too. I think there's one for like hockey and like I don't know, I can't remember the exact term.
yeah, I don't know the terms for that.
But I know that there are nicknames that go with it. I never I don't know. I was never one of them because I was an athlete. Not saying
You had
that
your own jersey.
I had my own jersey.
You didn't need a
have to chase
chase.
it.
Right.
Got my own.
I earned my jersey.
Yeah, got my own jersey. So,
Well, I was not either.
okay, JB.
So what did I miss?
We're going to lose it here.
Oh god.
These questions. Oh my gosh. Okay. And they wanted to know if we know what the name is for professional wrestling groupies.
Tight chasers?
Tight chaser. groupies for? I didn't know they had groupies.
Oh yeah, I was told.
I'm not familiar with WWE except for The Rock, and the eyebrow thing he does, and that's about it.
Claire Bear
Yeah.
likes The Rock.
I do like The Rock.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
So a story that Dylan told me, which is one of our coaches over at class, he told me that he has to be very careful of who knows he works there, or they would just hang out at class and not work out, but just hang out and just stalk him.
Sounds
And I
like
know,
a certain someone that we know.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then Jake was talking about he had some stalkers. He talks about them on his podcast.
Yeah.
So maybe they're called stalkers.
Are they just called stalkers?
They're called stalkers.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. Yep.
Tight
I
Jersey
mean,
stalker.
Yeah. Tight stalkers, belt stalkers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
I don't know.
ring stalkers?
Ring? I don't know.
No idea. Don't look at me. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, they're out
We're going to
there,
have
I
to
guess.
call them and ask them.
We will.
Yeah.
We'll have Jake on one of our episodes.
Yeah.
Maybe
We'll
that'll be
ask
a whole
him
episode on what a
real-
groupie is.
what the real answer is. Okay, so here's one because we do have every Wednesday we have What to Eat Wednesday on our social media, and so they want to know what is one diet hack or go-to simple meal that we do. I guess
like a snack or like an actual meal?
he gave us an example like tuna with peanut butter or overnight oats.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I'm like on the go and I know like I don't have a lot of choices, I'll just go and get some jerky.
Oh yeah, I like
Yeah.
beef jerky.
Protein, yeah.
Yeah. Or like a lot of gas stations have like certain protein bars, like Quest bars, stuff like that. So I will stop in for a sweet treat sometimes.
There you go.
Yeah. So
Double stuffed Oreos.
dotFIT. I like dotFIT's.
Oh, yeah.
Little bars.
There you
I
go.
carry them in my purse all the time.
the lemon bar.
Yes, that is
So
amazing.
good.
Prime.
Yes.
Yes.
Prime.
Prime.
Do you have any?
I mean, I like Mediterranean diet whenever I'm dieting, like paleo kind of stuff. So I usually make hummus and bell peppers and carrots and pita bread.
That sounds
and,
good.
Oh yeah, might have some
Yeah.
after this. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
Are you
sounds
guys hungry
amazing.
Yeah, I'm
after this?
starving.
There's a really great Greek restaurant up the road.
We're going.
Papa Fatouche.
You know where to
It's
find
really
us, guys.
Yeah.
Come see us in Carmel. And I was also told like cottage cheese, if you eat
Yes.
that before you go to bed, it's slow acting, so it'll keep you full throughout
Ooh.
the night.
Yeah.
You don't have those like getting up at night and
Yep.
have snackies kind of thing.
Snackies. Yeah.
Yeah, snackies.
Good old snacky. Yeah. Or like a dotFIT protein shake.
Yeah,
That's a good thing on the go.
it is very
Put
good.
your protein
They have
in.
little packets of it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Yeah. And then, do you have any solid trash talk stories with opponents or fans?
I mean, there was a lot of that going on when I was playing. So there's not one point that I could pinpoint really, because it was just like a constant thing. Like, and it wasn't like to like try and create a fight, but it was just like, you know, you try and get your opponent a little bit ruffled,
Yeah,
you know?
I've seen that.
So
I mean, I've worked with, the Indiana Pacers. I've not seen any at their games. I've worked with the Colts. I've not seen any at their games. But I do remember being in college and us playing Ohio State, and they were very
Oh, the Big
good
Ten doesn't
at
play.
that.
They don't play around.
Yeah.
They don't play. Nope.
yeah.
That's the only one I can think of. But I can't think of a specific.
I mean, I can think of like
Story.
instances, but nothing like not a big situation where it escalated to anything big. Like, I mean, I've heard curse words and other things on the field, but nothing crazy. I have seen pulled hair though.
Oh, wow. Tell us
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
story.
soccer players don't mess around, or they usually like yank your shorts, try and yank your shorts down your jersey.
Same with basketball.
I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah, there are certain ways you can get around it with the refs.
I will tell you, a major fear of mine was going up for a layup and someone like just taking the shorts off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and they don't normally do it on purpose. It's just like a tactic. But that is something that I was like, oh, please don't.
Yeah, and sometimes if they're a little too fast for you to catch on, they'll like hook on or to like part of your shorts so you can keep up with you, and that's how they drag you.
Oh, wow. That is.
We do not encourage this behavior, by the way, whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
And, well, when I worked with the Bliss, I did notice this is, of course, Chicago Bliss, if nobody knows, or the LFL. They were first called Lingerie Football League. Now they went to Legends. but they don't wear very much clothing. So I've seen that before too, because they're in little tiny just lingerie. And so I've seen women, rip off the upper part. I've seen women try to rip off the bottom part. So
Yeah.
it's
There
not
is an
attractive.
actual like football women's league here. That's not lingerie oriented.
really?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what the name is. I should know this, but I don't.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But
to know.
they also obviously had to cancel their season because of COVID.
I
So,
see.
but they play I think Midwest. It's kind of regionally. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw too. There's an arena football league in Fort Wayne, Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
that I wasn't aware of. And again, they're under COVID, but
Yeah.
I think it's mostly semi-pro arena.
Is
The
it?
arena is usually semi-pro for men.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. I mean, I would say men and women can be just as vicious to each other. Like, there's really,
I mean, do you know how catty women can be?
oh goodness. I mean,
Think of the sport. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, vice versa. So
Yeah, it seems like the women are catty and the men are just like fight and then get it over with. And
It's like a
Go
bromance
on.
for them. It's like on the field they're gonna talk trash afterwards. Like, good game, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right, we call it a draw.
yeah.
So
yeah, it's fascinating to watch.
I mean, in hockey, it's like it's actually like promoted to do
Yes.
that, and it's quite
Throw off the
entertaining for the
gloves.
fans. Yeah, like everyone loves it and they go crazy. And even you can tell like the players, they're like, all right, it's happening. Like no one tries to break it up, right? So it's just one of those things where
I was
It's
listening
allowed.
to a podcast with Brooke Like, and he was saying, I forget what sport it was that he wanted to play. It was very violent, and his mom would not let him play it. And then he ended up being a hockey player where
Yeah.
fighting is encouraged.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like rugby, like that's a very aggressive sport. But like afterwards, if you actually like talk to people that play rugby, they're like the nicest people ever.
it's like they get it out of their
Yeah,
system.
they get all the aggression out, and it's like obviously, like monitored. So it's no one's gonna hopefully kill each other. So it's okay to like not.
It's for
okay.
fun, guys.
Yeah,
Remember.
it's all for fun. Yeah,
But isn't rugby less dangerous than football? No? I've
mean-
heard it was. That's why they don't wear helmets.
Well, yes and no, because padding can give you false confidence, so you can get hit it even harder.
That's true.
yeah.
And then rugby, I mean, you're
I don't know the answer to that one.
yeah,
I've
I don't
never
know the answer to
watched
that
it.
one.
So
I don't think I've ever watched
Yeah.
But I think the padding could give you false confidence and could make it harder.
yeah,
Yeah.
it. I know they hit pretty hard in football. And I've seen some nasty, like, grabs and, trying to fly under the radar of things they do. But some of the time they don't get caught, but most of the times they do.
yeah. I've always just wanted to do synchronized swimming.
Oh,
But I don't
that's
float.
safe.
I don't float.
You don't float?
Not normally.
Well,
It is
then it's
fascinating
safe.
how they
Sounds
do
safe.
it underwater. Have you
Seriously,
seen the
it's
water
crazy.
cams?
Yeah.
They do like this
Yeah, they're
weird
like,
motion
yeah.
like was it voguing underwater.
and their legs just go boop, and it's like, where did that come from?
I actually know a girl, I think Alyssa Hoyne. She played at Ohio State as a synchronized swimmer. They've
Shout out to Alyssa. Hoyne.
Alyssa
They
Hoyne,
have
yes.
it as a sport?
Yeah, and they are national champs.
Oh my goodness!
It's a
I didn't
thing.
know
It's a
that.
Thing.
It's incredible. Like when I first met her, I thought she was I was like, oh, she's an athlete. And I'm like, what sport do you play? She's like, synchronized swimming. And I was like, did not even expect that one bit. And
Incredible.
just incredible flexibility.
Yeah.
Incredible what they
Wow.
could
And
do.
you gotta breathe under the water, like
Yeah.
It's
First of all, how do
That's
you get
amazing.
into that? Like,
seriously.
because it's so, I think that's like one of those smaller sports, obviously. But,
Yeah.
that goes into baton twirling and the rhythmic gymnastics type
Yeah.
thing, very, very
I've
unique.
seen that.
My mom and my Aunt Kelly were dancers growing up.
Oh.
So we would all be at the pool one day and they would just jump in the pool and they'd act like synchronized swimmers. And it was the most comical thing ever. And I, as a kid, obviously, I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? And she's just having the best time,
Like the typical, let's do side dives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is taking a good turn from our question.
Battle of Sexes. Got it.
The battle of the sexes. So I think now we challenge our UFC podcast, the Raw live
Yes.
podcast,
Yes.
to some battle of the sexes, and they should ask or answer some questions of
Yep.
ours.
We're
so
gonna
we
come up with
challenge
some
you.
good ones. Yeah.
Challenge you, Raw.
And if
Live.
our fans have any questions that they want the boys to answer, send them in. Definitely want to hear them.
Yep.
Yeah.
DM us at our Instagram, which is Ladies of UFC Gym Indy Podcast. And that's all we have for today.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.